Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we are talking about the Hubbardton Forge Rain Orb LED Crystal Pendant. This is the 139005. This is part of a collection of a lot of rain pendants from Hubbardton Forge. They are in the Synchronicity collection, which is a collection of Hubbardton Forge fixtures that use Swarovski hand-cut lead crystals that are the finest crystals in the entire world that are made in Switzerland. You should check out all of them if you get a chance. There's a lot of different rain fixtures, and you can see those on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, under pendants, or I think it's dining pendants. So check those out if you guys get a chance. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself. And when we talk about the body of the fixture, we're talking about the piece on the bottom that's in chrome, not including the telescoping rods. So that is 26.1 inches high. And the diameter of this is 24.4. It's an orb, so technically it's kind of a circle. You have two pieces and then two pieces going this way. So when we get into the overall heights, now we're talking about from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. And if you guys are familiar with Hubbardton Forge, they have a telescoping rod patent, which they own, and it's very popular with them. There is a little hex nut right there. It's just hiding in this clutch. And you're going to be getting a little hex nut wrench with this. This will tighten that against the inner pipe and lock it into place once you get it to where you want it to be. That gives you a bunch of these adjustable ranges. The first one is actually fixed, but after that they're going to be adjustable going up and down. Get it where you want it to be, and that's where you lock it into place and cut your wires. Don't do any of that stuff until you have it exactly where you want it to be. So now let's talk about those ranges. So now we're talking about overall height, and that's from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. Like I said before, the short is going to be fixed. So that we know is going to be 34.5 inches from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling. Standard is going to be adjustable. Remember, we have this thing going on. 41.4 to 50.1. Long is 49.1 to 65.1. You may have noticed on other videos that we can do a lot of custom adjustable ranges. If you do need this shorter than the short, the best thing to do, or longer than the long, drop me a quick email, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and I'm going to send that over to the customs department, and we'll try to get a handle on what we can do as far as shorter than the short. The body of the fixture is 26.1, so we don't have a tremendous amount of rod that we can work with on top, but we can find out. So if you need it shorter than the short, drop me a quick email, and we'll kind of go from there. So the top of this has a knuckle built into it, just like this guy here. It's going to be slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees. This is your canopy that's on the ceiling. It's a little thicker than our traditional flat canopies, and I'll go into why in a second. And it kind of goes on like this, more or less. So 45 degrees if you need it sloped. But that canopy on the ceiling is going to be I think it's about 5¼ inches round, 5.5 inches round. It's going to be thicker, and the reason why it's thicker is because this is a low voltage LED pendant, and we'll go into lots of detail on that in a second, but it has a transformer that's hiding inside of this canopy just like that. You don't see it. This is going to go flush against your ceiling. Your ceiling is going to have a 4-inch junction box. It should have it anyway, and that is going to go right up against here. So that is why we have this slightly thicker canopy. So why don't we get into the lamping on this. So this is, like I said, a dedicated LED, and there's two components to this dedicated LED idea. So most of the light on this is going to be coming from a central point where there's a socket, and that is called a GU 5.3 socket, and I have that up next to me here. Excuse me. It's going to have a 6.5 watt bulb, which is about 600 lumens. So it's a pretty good task light. It's going to good task light like on a kitchen island, on a desk, on a dining room table, or a breakfast table. It'll put a nice pool of light in a foyer if you guys want to illuminate the floor as a walking pass-through area, so it's going to work great there. You're going to have the opportunity to choose from two different light colors. You know, the light coming out on me right now is probably that 3000 Kelvin, which is the warmer light, and you're going to have the opportunity to do that, or you can choose the whiter light, which a lot of people like too, and that's going to be the 5000 Kelvin. So the pull-down menu on our website is going to give you that opportunity to choose for you. You can always order new bulbs down the road, so if you for some reason don't like the bulb that came with it that you chose, again, you can always choose a different one. You can order them on Amazon, so they're not a big deal, and they're not hard to get, and they last practically forever. So the really interesting thing is now we're going to be talking about the hangers and the crystals on these. So how these little crystals are eliminated from within, more or less, or from the top of them. So Swarovski has a patent on a hanger, and the hanger in the picture that you see next to the crystal actually has an embedded LED in the hanger itself, and it's really, really small. The crystal itself is eliminated from that LED at the top, and the light passes through the crystal and kind of exits through the facets. So it's really an incredibly beautiful, shimmering look for a crystal chandelier, if you want to call it that, or a crystal pendant that has never been available before. Swarovski has a patent on this, and Hubbardton Forge is using that patent for now. I think they're the only people doing it. Really, really, really cool. And that's the same on all of these rain fixtures. So really take a good dive into some of those other YouTube videos on the rain fixtures, and you'll see more details on that. So let's get into finishes. So well, before we go there, the bottom of this has to be in chrome, because those little hangers are actually they're being energized from a low voltage charge from that chrome fixture itself, and that chrome is carrying the voltage itself. Really low voltage, perfectly safe, all that stuff. But if you had put a powder coat finish on this, it would act as an insulator, and it wouldn't allow that little hanger to be energized. That's why the bottom has to be just a plated finish, and it can't be in the 10 different finishes that we're going to go into in a second. So now we're going to be talking about the stems, the finish on those, and the stem on the canopy up on top. That is not going to be available in chrome. That's going to be available in any of our 10 finishes. We have a very good finishes help guide back on the left-hand side of the screen in the red tab. So give it a click on that for me. You're going to see a video of me at the top of that talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they look on different types of forging. Scroll down, right under that is a chart, and the chart has 10 finishes on it. Those are the finishes that the top of this are going to be available in, and those finishes are going to have pictures with the letter A on them and the letter B or the letter B on them, and that's going to be showing you a range that you can expect to see on different fixtures, all talked about in the video up above. So watch that video, come back down and use that chart. When you are done with all that, go back to the chart again, and you can click on any of those pictures, and let's say you clicked on dark smoke, you'll see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel, ditto, and so on and so on. I'm going to be ordering this fixture, I believe this fixture, or the circular one. I'm not sure which one I want to get. But I'm going to probably do it with a black canopy and a black rods on top, chrome on the bottom, because I really want to see that contrast. I think that's going to be really super. So, but some people may do the vintage platinum, and that's going to be kind of close to chrome, but it's not going to be exactly the same. Just kind of keep mind of all that stuff. Okay, so let's get into a few other things on this. This is kind of weighing in at 11.4 pounds, so it's perfectly simple and easy to hang from a junction box. I think that's about all the different things you can do with this. When you order your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii, and there's no tax if you ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. Some big items, and we're talking things on pallets generally, are not coming back, so we'll always tell you about that ahead of time. We also offer a rush program, and rush will take you from Hubbardton Forge's normal 3 to 4 weeks in production. We can cut that time down to about 2 weeks. Just drop me a quick email and I can tell you about that. Showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. The place is huge. It's got a lot to show you. We have a what's on display page on our website again, so you can go in those red tabs on the left. You can go in and check that out. It'll show you everything that's on display before you guys make a trek up to see us. Showroom is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6, and I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have a clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples, and I will help you take the stuff to your car. So I think that kind of covers everything. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Sales at HandmadeInVermont.com. We spell out the word Vermont as our email address. You can call me every day except Sunday from 10 to 6 Eastern Time, 802-446-2400. Hope to see you guys in our showroom at some point. It's a great place to visit, and talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.